In July 2019, U.S. President Donald Trump unexpectedly inserted himself into one of South Asia's most enduring and volatile conflicts, the Kashmir dispute between India and Pakistan. During a meeting with Pakistani Prime Minister Imran Khan at the White House, Trump claimed that Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi had requested him to mediate the Kashmir issue. This declaration sent shockwaves across the diplomatic corridors of New Delhi, Islamabad, and Washington. The remarks reopened discussions around the role of global powers, especially the United States, in mediating complex regional conflicts, and it underscored the evolving strategic dynamics between India and Pakistan. The Kashmir conflict, a persistent flashpoint. Kashmir, a region of stunning natural beauty nestled in the Himalayas, has long been a bone of contention between India and Pakistan. Since the partition of British India in 1947, both countries have claimed the territory in full, but control it in parts. The issue has led to three full-scale wars, 1947-48, 1965, and 1999, and countless military skirmishes. With Pakistan asserting the right of self-determination for the Kashmiri people, and India emphasizing the region's integral status within its union, the dispute remains unresolved, emotionally charged, and deeply entrenched. Trump's offer. A break from tradition. President Trump's offer to mediate represented a stark deviation from the established norms of U.S. diplomacy. Historically, the U.S. has maintained a neutral stance on the Kashmir dispute, consistently stating that it is a bilateral matter to be resolved directly between India and Pakistan. Trump's sudden assertion of a potential mediatory role not only surprised India, but also caught many in the U.S. State Department off guard. India swiftly rejected Trump's claim, with the Ministry of External Affairs denying that Prime Minister Modi had ever sought U.S. intervention. India reiterated its long-held position that Kashmir is a bilateral issue. Meanwhile, Pakistan welcomed Trump's offer, viewing it as a potential breakthrough in a long-standing deadlock. Superpower intervention. Motives and limitations. Trump's intervention in the Kashmir issue must be seen through the lens of his broader foreign policy approach, transactional, disruptive, and often aimed at quick wins that appeal to domestic audiences. The overture also came at a time when the U.S. was negotiating a peace deal with the Taliban in Afghanistan and required Pakistan's assistance in bringing the Taliban to the negotiating table. While superpower intervention in regional conflicts can occasionally yield progress, as seen in the Camp David Accords or Dayton Agreement, the Kashmir issue presents unique challenges. The deep-rooted historical, religious, and nationalistic sentiments surrounding Kashmir make third-party mediation extraordinarily difficult. Moreover, India's consistent opposition to external involvement effectively limits any such efforts, regardless of intent or power. Strategic calculations. India's regional clout. India's resistance to internationalizing the Kashmir issue stems not only from legal and historical reasons, but also from its aspirations to be seen as a global power. Accepting foreign mediation could be interpreted as a sign of diplomatic weakness or internal instability. New Delhi has thus invested heavily in bilateral engagement, confidence-building measures, and regional diplomacy, while simultaneously fortifying its military posture in Kashmir. Under the Modi government, India's stance on Kashmir has grown more assertive. The abrogation of Article 370 in August 2019, just weeks after Trump's comments, further cemented New Delhi's position. India claimed the move was an internal administrative decision, while Pakistan decried it as an illegal annexation. The development deepened the geopolitical rift and signaled that India was unwilling to entertain any form of external intervention. Pakistan's diplomatic leverage for Pakistan, Trump's remarks were an opportunity to gain international support for the Kashmiri cause. Pakistan has consistently lobbied for third-party mediation, arguing that bilateral talks have yielded little progress. Islamabad leveraged Trump's comments to reframe the issue in international forums, including the United Nations. However, Pakistan's own geopolitical calculations were equally complex. While the country welcomed U.S. interest in Kashmir, it also had to balance its growing ties with China and its role in the Afghan peace process. Pakistan's strategic value to the U.S. at that time gave it temporary leverage. but this influence was constrained by broader concerns over its domestic challenges and international image. Geopolitical implications. Trump's statement and the diplomatic reactions it triggered underscored the intricate geopolitics of South Asia. The incident illuminated how a single superpower comment could recalibrate regional tensions, even if temporarily. It also highlighted the limits of U.S. influence when confronted with deeply entrenched regional issues backed by a strong nationalistic sentiment. In the long term, Trump's Kashmir remarks did not lead to any substantial shift in U.S. policy or in the ground reality of the dispute. Nevertheless, the episode served as a case study in how the words of a superpower leader can reshape diplomatic narratives, amplify tensions, and test long-standing strategic alignments. Symbolism versus substance. President Trump's claim of being able to solve the Kashmir issue was bold, controversial, and ultimately symbolic. While it generated media headlines and short-term diplomatic ripples, it lacked the strategic depth, multilateral support, and regional consent necessary for any meaningful mediation. The Kashmir conflict remains unsolved, shaped by a complex mix of historical grievances, territorial claims, and evolving national interests. For now, India and Pakistan continue to grapple with the issue through diplomatic, political, and sometimes military means, often under the shadow of global attention, but rarely with direct global intervention. The Trump episode serves as a reminder that superpower statements can echo loudly in geopolitics, but real solutions require far more than rhetoric.